Well, no surprises as far as the election results go. Once again, Milo Djukanovic has been elected president of Montenegro. According to the initial results, he captured about 54% of the vote, and his top challenger, Mladen Bojanic, received about 33% of the vote. Some of the pundits and the international press have been saying that, oh, this is a vote that is an endorsement of Montenegro's Western political orientation. But I'm not really going to get into that now. I guess if there's a surprise, the surprise is that, well, my location has changed. I'm no longer in the capital. I am sitting along the edges of the remains of the fortified old city of Bar. It may seem like I'm up in the mountains in the middle of the country, but Bar is actually a coastal city. The majority of the people who currently live in Bar live down the hills, down along the coast, and Bar is actually a port city. It's got beaches. There's a lot of beauty, as you can see, history as well, as I'm sitting in this fortress complex that remains, and you can actually see that there are people living here. There's a community surrounding the old city. Maybe it's the new old city. It's kind of reminiscent of, in Mostar, Bosnia, which isn't too far away, the new old bridge. Anyway, that aside, so rather than focusing on the political orientation of Montenegro, I discussed that in depth in the election day report filmed yesterday in Podgorica. So I'm going to discuss a little bit about how Montenegro is really a country of contrasts. On the one hand, there is the situation with Djukanovic, a single person basically running and ruling the country for the past 3 decades. If you speak to many of the locals, you will hear quite a bit about poverty, lack of economic opportunity, political corruption, and all kinds of socio-economic issues. And Montenegro, it's clear, is angling itself toward joining the European Union. It's already in NATO, but what's holding back the EU accession is a lot having to do with democracy and rule of law, or lack thereof. So on the one hand, there are clear socioeconomic and political problems in the country, yet this tiny country of less than 1 million people has so much beauty packed into it. You can see some of it behind me. I'm not going to zoom in, but there is a bit of a river canyon here, so I don't think you can see it, but there's a waterfall I'm pointing the camera at, or just was pointing the camera at, down this way. The waterfall and this river runs through this little canyon underneath the old city of Bar, and there's some remains down there as well. There's an old bridge, which I guess is still functional, and remains of some mills, and you can go hiking down there. I've seen people going up and down. Fortunately, I don't have the time to do so right now, but it is so incredibly beautiful here. And in this country, whether you're up in the mountains or down in a valley or canyon or on the coast, pretty much everywhere you go is just astonishingly beautiful. And Bar, which as a coastal city might not be the most impressive, is very impressive in the sense that there's this mountainous old city above a port and beaches, and you've got the river canyon. So in Bar, it's almost like you've got it all mixed into one. To me, I'd say the most two most beautiful aspects of the country are its Adriatic coastline and its river canyons. And this is not a typical river canyon. This is a very small river compared to what you see while driving through the country with these pristine blue rivers in the middle of large canyons. Although this might be kind of similar to, say, the Bay of Kotor, another very beautiful location. There's no bay here. There is a large bay there that's up the Adriatic coast a little bit. I've visited the Bay of Kotor before, and if you want to see a video, I have shot one there. Anyway, I'm not going to go on too much. So I'm just reflecting on how this is really a country of contrast. Yesterday I'm discussing the politics, and it's very interesting. There are all kinds of wacky developments that have happened, and there's been a bit of a geopolitical tug of war here in recent years. It appears the West has won that. But so on the one hand, you've got all the political issues and the lack of economic opportunity, as some people say. At the same time, Europeans flock in here for vacation, as do Russians. In fact, there are many Russians who not only come here for vacation, but have property here. Some live here. So people from all over the world love to come to Montenegro, and as you can see, it is clearly about the beauty. So Montenegro is a country of contrasts, and you're getting a peek at some of the beauty here from Bar, a very interesting and very beautiful location. Right now, I'm up in the mountains above the Adriatic coast, which you can't see, but it's all part of the setting here in lovely Montenegro. Goodbye, ciao from Stari Bar, or Old Bar, or the Stari Grad, or Old City of Bar. Goodbye.